All right, kids, I want to show you how to make some fun, colorful pillows for your bedroom. It's really easy to do, and you get to buy some of this fleece fabric, which is soft and cozy in lots of bright colors. And then all we need to do is learn how to sew a blanket stitch that you see right along the edge here. Very simple to do. And then we'll stuff it with some fiber fill, which you buy in bags that look like this. Finish stitching it up and you'll have some pillows. I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to make this happen. This is fleece fabric and it is doubled over here. I bought half a yard, which is 18 inches, and that's a nice size for a pillow. Now I usually like to do my measuring with a grid like this because it's nice to have a right angle. Now if you only have a yardstick, we'll get started with that, and then maybe you can find something that has a right angle to help you out. So we start at the edge here. We want to get rid of some of this extra heavy edge, and we want to measure our 18 inches, which as you can see here is just about the size of this fabric, which is perfect. Let's use as much of it as we can. The point is we want to make this this needs to be a square here. This has to be perfectly perpendicular. So if you don't have something like this that will do it for you, eyeball it. And then I'm just using a pencil. I'm going to draw along the edge here real dark so that we can see it. What we're going to do basically is cut that line off. Go over that again. Okay, and you can see I've made an imprint there, certainly, if nothing else. And then I want to measure 18 inches out because we're going to make this a square. Once up here towards the top, I put the 18 inches right on my line, and then I go down by the 1 and make a mark. Like that. Move down towards the end here. Get back to my 18 inches. And I'm going to go back down by the 1 and make a mark. And then I am going to use my ruler to put these two together. Line them up here and there. And then make a dark line all along there that we can cut on. And because this is already cut at 18, we're going to be set there. I'm going to cut right through the 2 layers. Let me get those cut and then we'll pick up from there. Okay, now once you have it cut, if you didn't cut all of the pencil off, just flip these around and put the pencil marks on the inside. Line up your fabric as perfectly as you can. We're going back down to the table and we are going to pin this together. Now what you really want is for the ends to be lined up nicely, and you can really stretch this fabric, which is why I like it so much. Now remember, you put a pin in towards the end, and then you use your 3 fingers to leave a space, and you put the next pin in, making sure to line the edge up nicely. We work our way all the way across the fabric like that, lining up the end. And I'm going to go almost all the way around. When I get that done, I'll explain it. Now notice here as I came to the edge, I had a little bit larger piece at the bottom, so I'm simply going to take my scissors and even it up. Okay, on the last side, when you put your pins in, leave a space in the center because this is how we are going to stuff the pillow once we do our blanket stitch all the way around. Now it's time to get our needle and thread ready, and I like to use embroidery floss instead of thread because I like to use 3 threads together, and embroidery floss is made out of 6. So you have to get in there with your fingers, pull it apart, 3 and 3, and then unravel it. Pick a spot to cut it. Sometimes you have to pull on this a little to get it to unravel. Tricky business. Now we have 2 pieces of thread to use. We'll set that one to the side and just thread our needle. All right, we'll pull that through and then make a little knot at the end, which is taking all 3 pieces, wrapping it around your finger. Let it slide off your finger and it's going to twist. Grab it and pull, and you've made a nice knot. All right, let's get started. And then opening where we're going to stuff it, come in from behind, down about 1/4 of an inch, and then that way we're going to hide the knot inside. Now go next to it about 1/4 of an inch. Basically we're trying to make squares. Go all the way through and then catch this loop. Now keep this a little bit loose here because we're going to come back and catch this at some point, but basically now we're moving on with a blanket stitch. Come over about the same 1/4 of an inch and grab the loop. What we're trying to do, and you can't see it because the pin's hiding it, is create this vertical line. Come over again about 1/4 of an inch and go all the way through and grab that loop. See how we're making kind of a nice square here? Continue like this all the way around. When I get to the corner, I'll show you how to do corners. When you approach the corner, make a stitch just so that you have equal spacing here. We're still making those squares, remember. Grab this. Now I want to put one in the corner, so I'll go right back into the same hole. Come through. Only this time I want this to go right into the corner. You might have to even play with it a little bit to get it right there. And then I want to go right back into that same hole again. Come through the loop. Oops, I have my, there we go. And square that off. Now I'm not saying it's easy, a little tricky to get it to look right. Okay, so I've got my 2 straight ones and my one in the corner. And then you just move on like you always do. All right, pretend we went all the way around that purple pillow, just like I have here on the green one, except that we left that hole open and we did not stitch there. And as you can see, I've already been putting in some of the fiber fill, and it's fun and easy to do. All you have to do is pull it out of this bag in about handful size lumps, and then you really have to play with it in there because I don't want this to look lumpy. I want it to be smooth. So it's a matter of getting just enough stuffing in there, and you'll know. Certainly poke it in all of the corners because you want that to be nice and full. Push it up against your stitching, the edge, and then kind of fill in the center. All right, once you have it nice and puffy the way you like it, we are going to pin this closed so we can stitch it. So pull out a couple more of your pins, and of course you'll have to pull on it a little bit. Might even need more pins than you had before to keep it in place. There we go, one. Now we're going to take that pinned section where we just filled our pillow and stitch it closed. So you just continue on where you left off. Keep working that blanket stitch. And there you have it, one down, many more to go because they feel so great. Now if you want the full instructions, go to Kids and Family, Kids Sewing, and I have all the details there. Enjoy.